Hey, hi, how are you? Welcome back to episode four,
Three. Come
three,
on.
three of the ADHD podcast. I can't even keep the numbers in order. Here I have my co-host Nicholas.
What's good, man? Uh, what, you want to tell the people what we're going to be talking about today?
Well, first, I think we should start by mentioning the new schedule again. Just a
Yeah.
reminder for people, we're going to be doing two 30-minute segments instead of 1 hour long segment. We think the 30-minute segments will uh, be a little more easier to
Manageable.
consume. Yeah, a little more friendly. I know people could get pretty bored listening to two random people ramble on and on for an hour. So in your best interest, we're splitting it up into two different sections. So let us know if you guys like that, if you hate it, if you don't care, if you are
Lost.
lost randomly here from autoplay or whatnot. Today we have some topics about new games releasing, uh, primarily Halo, Halo Infinite, the new Far Cry, Lego Star Wars, some Cyberpunk, cave updates. I don't actually know how much of this we're gonna get through. It's just games
See,
today. It's games.
if we miss a topic you guys want us to talk about, just drop it in the comments and we'll see what we can do about it next episode.
Yeah.
So, where would you like to start? What kind of piques your interest from the list?
Far Cry 6. I want to save Halo for a bit because Halo is like my child. Um, so I'm gonna hold off. We'll save that one for last. But Far Cry, new Far Cry. I have only played two Far Cry games. I played Far Cry 3 about halfway through, and I played about 10 minutes of Far Cry 5. So very limited in my exposure to Far Cry, but it's still I think this game looks it well. This game is, I think, fantastic. I enjoy it, especially Far Cry 3. That's the pirate one when they're stranded on the island with Voss. Uh, they're Far Cry 6, or Far Cry just in general, is known for their unique
Dramatic
villains.
villains.
Yeah, they're kind of estranged, I, ideologic, I,
They're weird. Their
yeah,
villains are very unique. There aren't many like them. They kind of almost have a Joker feel to them, where some of them are just
psychotic.
crazy to be crazy, especially Voss.
Yeah.
Like, none
This
of them are your stereotypical, haha, I want to do evil for evil reason.
Yeah. Uh, the new Far Cry 6 though, its setting is gonna be Cuba, which hasn't been done, but it also seems kind of similar to Far Cry 4. Which Nick, which one? That was the pagan
That was the
pagan
one
dude.
in pagan men up in Nepal, I believe, or
That's right.
somewhere in that mountainous area.
Yeah, kind of northern India, east wherever that is, continent wise. um,
Yeah, it's within like the heartland of Asia, very mountainous and rural.
yeah, but this
But
one is going to be a dictatorship revolution in Cuba. So I'm interested to see how much wilderness there's going to be, because in all previous Far Cries, there was a decent amount of
just in the wild.
wild, yeah, kind of foresty area, either foresty, mountainous, or just unexplored area. So I'm curious to see if Cuba's going to have some jungles like that, or if it's going to be primarily city built. Um,
I feel like they really could go either path, and I'm hoping they provide a good bit of both of them because
Yeah.
I think what that would be, the strongest presentation for it if you get, a wide variety of you know,
Yeah, mix it up a
what
bit.
you can do.
Because it's always fun. Like you have the hunting aspects to like get better gear and upgrade your weapons and your pouches and backpacks, and then you have like the cities in which you liberate, and so it's you kind of have to have that balance. I don't know how they would do it if it was either all city, or just all wilderness, but I don't know. We'll see. It looks interesting. Um, I'm not sure who the protagonist is supposed to be. Uh,
I believe it's Diego, but
I don't.
I'm not entirely sure on
I
that
just
one.
watched the intro trailer, the official like the first release trailer, and it seems like Diego is like the focus, but he also seems like he's the son of the dictator. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Maybe he betrays him. Maybe he runs away and he goes, "Screw you, Dad. I'm not listen to you," and does his own
Don't
thing.
support your dictatorship or whatever.
Yeah, but
I'm not very well informed on this upcoming game, if I'm being honest. But
yeah.
I am still very excited to see where they go with it because
Mhm.
like I said, I'm a huge fan of their games. There hasn't been one that I can really say I did not enjoy.
Mhm.
I think that almost every single one of them that they've put out that I've gotten the chance to play has been really enjoyable.
Yeah. Uh, Far Cry 6. It's set to release this year, I think.
I believe so. Late 2021 was the predicted, like maybe
Yeah,
closer to
November
Christmas,
probably. That's where like the big games drop is November.
so that you can get them as Christmas presents and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
But something that is coming out sooner, hopefully, Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, spring 2021, which is actually like really soon. Spring
Yeah,
starts like next month, right? Maybe 2 months,
something like that.
month and a half.
I think April technically is the
Is it
start.
April? Uh, that's gonna be super exciting. This is.
I believe it contains all 9 episodes,
Mhm.
which I love the Lego Star Wars games. I just recently went back and 100%ed Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga.
Dang.
I love the Clone Wars one. Lego Star Wars is just one of my favorite games. And I think that this one's going to be pretty good because you're already starting with the 6 original episodes, which were great. And now you're just adding 3 more.
Yeah. Uh, I think this game is going to sell pretty well, specifically because the people that played the original Lego Star Wars, most of them were kids and are now more grown up, kind of like us. And
Wow.
yeah, so this is going to be nostalgic for a lot of people. Um, do you know? Is it coming to PC?
Um,
Did they
I
have they
would
said?
assume so because most of the other Lego games, if not all of them, are available somewhere on PC.
Mm,
The one I'm more interested in is do you think they'll release it on Switch?
I hope so. I mean, you'd think they'd have to, right? Because I mean, it originally was released on. Actually, I can't say that. I just realized because I only played Lego Star Wars on the Wii, and I was about to say it was only originally released on Wii, but actually I'm not sure if that's a true statement or not. I'm googling this real quick. Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga.
So March 2nd, 2021. So earlier than we
Oh my,
expected.
that's like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so that's one to keep your
That's
eye out
literally
for.
less than 2 weeks. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, here. So, the original Lego Star Wars was released on Wii, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Nintendo DS, iOS, Microsoft Windows, Android, bunch of other stuff. So, It's obviously not, you know, it doesn't favor any one console, which I
I
guess,
I do hope that it comes out on PC and especially Switch. I feel like if it shows up on Switch,
yeah,
it will absolutely crush the market. I think that
this might
showing up
be
on Switch
this could
could
be the
really
best
be a
selling
seller.
game of this year. I That's a pretty big statement, but I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised
I wouldn't be
personally
surprised.
because
Yeah,
it
it's
appeals a lot to people who are a bit older, like me and you, upwards to like the early 20s, because you grew up playing with Legos, you grew up with Star Wars. Smack them together, you got a great combo. And then it also appeals to younger kids because their parents obviously will see something like a Lego game, and that's, a game that the kid will love and isn't rated like M or whatever the ESRB rating is.
yeah. I think
It's like
it's
E10 plus
yeah,
for
E10
Lego
plus. Yeah,
games, which, a lot of parents are very willing to give their kids that kind of rating. So I think that it has a very wide reach for audience, which I think will help it a lot. And I'm very curious to see it might break some records,
I hope so. That'd be super sick. Um,
which also might make, Telltale Games want to release more Lego games here, maybe, please.
yeah, there's been a noticeable lack of like Lego games. I guess good Lego games, and
I don't even think there's been bad ones. Like I can't think of the last one to release.
honestly, yeah. Oh no, because there was like the Lego Movie game, right? No,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
there
the
was
Lego
that.
Movie Lego game. There was that one. Uh,
I never played that one
I didn't.
personally.
I don't think maybe I did. I don't remember. Um, and they had some other ones like Lego Marvel and stuff, but those I'm not sure if those released around the same time or after. Either way, there hasn't been a super huge Lego game in a while, so
Especially not one as hyped up as this one is.
yeah, this one will be exciting. And bringing it back around, I really hope they release it on Switch. I think the game would be great for Switch. Having that portability, because I mean the game was originally released on the DS, I think.
Yes, rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Um, but they haven't made Nintendo hasn't dropped a DS in a while, so Switch is their mobile console and just the newest platform. So I would hope they release it on Switch.
Me too.
Would
I
would
uh,
you
I think it
rather
would.
would you rather play it, or what console would you want to play it on?
I think I would personally prefer the Switch just because it's like, because I had DS growing up. That was kind of
Hmm.
my main gaming thing, and being able to just pull it out and do a little bit, like 5 minutes here and there, play like Kirby Adventure, whatever, for like 10 minutes in the doctor's office while you wait, and then, go do your thing, and then pick up like 10 hours later where you were, compared to having to sit down, turn on your PC, blah 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 blah. I think I would personally prefer it on Switch.
Hmm. Yeah,
What about you?
I'm there with you. I think Switch would be my personal choice. I was thinking about PC, and I just feel like the controls would be kind of weird. I don't like the keyboard and mouse for Lego games. I would have to use a
Yeah,
controller.
I have a PS2 controller
Yeah,
that I
I
hook up.
would probably plug in my Xbox One controller because I'm not no way am I getting this game on the Xbox or like any other console. It's either going to be PC with a controller or on the Switch. Um,
Yeah, I think Switch would be the best choice to do
but I'm
for the
also
company.
wondering, will they allow modding?
I highly doubt it. I don't think any of the prior Lego games had any sort of capacity for that, and I don't see why this one would.
Fair enough. For some reason, I thought there was modding on one of the older ones, but If
Yeah,
not,
I
then
the only one I can think of that had much community input was a very obscure one, but personally my favorite Lego game ever, Lego Battles. You could build your own maps
Lego
to fight
Battles.
on. Yeah, it was a
Never
real-time
heard of
strategy
that.
Lego game, only on the DS. Kind of like a civilization
Huh.
game.
Oh, you know what this reminds me of? What's it called? Fire Emblem.
Yeah,
It's like Lego
uh,
Fire Emblem.
a little bit. It's more on like the resource managing side. You know, you go cut down trees to collect Lego bricks. You can
Mm-hmm.
build buildings and build units with those.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of that old time real time strategy game. You know, kind of like Space Marines if you ever played that.
I haven't, so I can't
Yeah.
can't really say much on that.
Yeah, but I'm excited personally to see the new Lego Star Wars game. I think that it will I personally think it will turn out really well. I'm pretty hyped to see it. I don't know if I'll get it right away, but definitely somewhere down the line I'll get it.
Yeah, I will probably pick it up on release. I am really hyped for this game. Actually, so I'm on the StarWars.com under news, and
Hmm.
apparently, as of January 12th of 2021, Bethesda released a statement saying that new Indiana Jones game a new Indiana Jones game will be released
A
sometime
new Indiana
in the future.
Jones.
Yeah. Now, the only Indiana Jones game I played was the Lego Indiana Jones. So I have no
Yeah.
clue what this game is going to be like. I have no idea. I mean, they literally have no. There's no information. There's just a single tweet by Bethesda. Um,
So it's by Bethesda that you said wants to release a new Indiana Jones game?
well, Lucasfilm Games announced today it's going to be developed by Machine Games um, and executive produced by that's not even grammatically correct.
Just keep
Uh,
going
Todd
and
Howard
be
from Bethesda Game Studios will be the executive produced.
okay. So the executive producer is Todd Howard
It's
from
I think it's supposed to
Bethesda.
say executive producer, but it says executive produced by.
Oh. So that's interesting.
But yeah, new Indiana Jones game. I love Indiana Jones too. I probably played the Lego Star Wars game a little bit more than the Lego Indiana Jones game, but like it was right up there with me, right up there with one of my favorite games of all times.
Hmm.
And Bethesda, yeah, I mean, hit or miss. Could be good, could be bad. Hoping it's good. Hoping it's not like was Bethesda the one that released Fallout 76?
Yes.
That was the okay. Yeah, let's hope it's
And Fallout 4
yeah.
and Skyrim on your smart fridge.
Oh my god.
Todd Howard definitely likes releasing Skyrim. I'd say it's his favorite activity is releasing Skyrim.
What are your hobbies? My hobbies include releasing Skyrim on any electronic possible.
Dude, my smart toaster just beat the Alduin.
That game is it's living longer than it probably should be.
You know, I picked it up back in 2018, the Legacy Edition or whatever.
Mhm.
There's still bugs, like really
Oh
glaring
no.
ones. Uh,
Yikes.
it's a fun game. I definitely just think that it needs to be retired.
Yeah.
But I mean,
At least do
we'll
something
see.
new with it. Like I
We'll
don't
see what happens with this Indiana Jones games. I'm curious to see what it's gonna be based on because I think they've already done something for almost every movie.
I don't know. It looks like it's gonna be It's not gonna be like a Lego game. It's like like an RPG maybe, or
Oh,
story driven. I'm not sure. It looks good. Looks pretty. The picture that Bethesda tweeted, but I don't know.
I
Well,
mean, I'm down to give it a try
yeah,
when it comes out.
I'm down to. Moving on to possibly
You
the
want to talk about some VR?
yeah. Uh,
Um,
VR is a thing.
uh, specifically, when I say VR, I know it's not like as new or as hot of news right now, but recently I got my hands on a VR headset and was able to play Half-Life Alyx. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to look at that one, but it's really good. Like, it's way better than I thought it'd be.
Really? I don't have
Y-
a VR headset. I've never played Half-Life Alex, so you'll have to fill me in on this experience. You have to like
So
share memories.
it's it seems to be following the same kind of story as like all of the other Half-Lives. You've got the Combine, you've got, all the weird like head crabs and all that stuff. And it's very clean and then very gross in the ways it needs to be. Like the head crabs are way, way nastier than they ever were before, which is good because, they're
They're head crabs.
brain-eating
That's
crabs.
yeah. If you're not
And
terrified seeing a brain crab back in like
it's not good
20
graphics.
like 9 when it first released, 2009 or whatever. Actually, when did Half-Life first release?
I think it was like the late 90s.
Was it really that long ago? No way. Oh
Half-Life
my
1 came out
god.
November 19th, 1998.
Jesus.
I know that because CSGO is based on the Half-Life engine, and CSGO, or the first CS, Counter-Strike, came out in like the late, like early 2000s.
Wow. Anyways, if a head crab is scary back in 1998 with your Windows, Vista,
98.
well, yeah, I guess you would be running Windows 98 and 98. Um, then I would hope with VR and better graphics, they'd be absolutely terrifying now.
It's very clean graphics, and it's so the general story, without giving too many spoilers, is you're Alex, obviously, and I didn't get very far into it, so I can't spoil that much. But pretty much, you're trying to fight the Combine, and the first kind of scene opens with you trying to get through like an abandoned subway system area thing that's full of like head crabs and like the ceiling worm things. And there's a big emphasis on conserving ammo and kind of being careful with your shots and trying to sneak around those you don't have to fight
Hmm.
because ammo is so scarce. And so it's kind of cool because
More stealthy.
excuse me, yeah, it feels almost like a survival horror game, kind of like a very dumbed down version of Resident Evil with how much you have to manage your resources and your ammunition.
Sounds fun. Sounds cool.
It is. And it's very terrifying if you don't pay attention and like one of the walkers comes up behind you and just starts smacking the shit out of you.
Oh, especially in
It
VR. In VR,
Yeah,
that's gotta be way
you
worse.
turn to your right to, do a mundane task and there's, you know, one scary zombie man just right there. It can be a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. Did scream a one or two times.
Now, there's one thing that I've heard about with Half-Life Alex, and you gotta tell me about it.
Hmm.
How is the drawing with the marker? I hear that's like a big
Okay,
thing.
so here's the thing. I didn't know anything about Half-Life Alyx before I played it. Like, I went in blind, and one of the first things I did was grab a marker to see if I could draw on the window. And apparently
Uh,
that's a big thing that people were talking
yeah,
about. I
this
didn't know that.
Half-Life, after how many years, finally gets a sequel, and the only thing I hear people talking about is you can draw with a marker on the windows. And I was like, that is important. Why?
Well, because it's not really about Half-Life Alyx per se. It's more about how far VR itself has come.
That's fair. It's more of a testament to, hey,
Like
VR is actually decent now.
I can just straight up go, you know what? I want to draw the Mona Lisa on the side of this like building. And like I can draw whatever I want, however I want, in like however much detail I physically can with a whiteboard marker. Which granted isn't a ton, but the fact that you could do that is just a feat in of itself.
Yeah, more interaction with the world, I think, is great for VR. Because
Hmm.
VR is definitely coming up in the world and hopefully will become more prevalent and more AAA titles will get released and it'll
And
become.
more affordable. That's the real thing right
Yeah.
now is it's very expensive
Hmm.
for someone to get VR.
It is indeed.
Like if you because either you can get one of the fully self-contained VR headsets, which are a couple $100,
I think the
like
Quest 2 is like 300 right now, and that's like
hmm
fully it's like
self-contained.
self-contained.
But then you could get a cheaper one, but then you need a PC to plug it into, and
Yeah.
that has to be powerful enough to
And you got to set up
run
like
the game.
modems and stuff to like track where you are and sensors and a lot of other stuff. So,
I hope that it becomes more and more accessible to more and more people because,
yeah.
more people, more games.
Yeah.
More incentive for companies to release big games with at least some level of VR compatibility.
I mean,
Uh,
I'm here waiting for a full dive system to come out, I'm waiting for SAO IRL. I want some VMMORPGs out here. I want to be immersed into virtual reality. I want to live it.
You want to really, they, I think it was a Japanese company where they have it so like, you're on like a every directional, like an octi-directional treadmill.
Yeah,
So when you like walk in a
yeah.
direction,
Those things
like
look
it
so
counteracts you to
cool.
keep you in place.
Dude, if that was feasible, oh man, I would love for that. Although it's so expensive. Like there's no way I'm buying that, and there's no game built for that anyways. So it's, but that's my dream, dude. I want one of those. They're like the little baby cradles, as um, parents will put their kid in that little
Oh
circular
yeah, yeah,
thing with
yeah.
like wheels on it, so the baby is like kind of suspended like by its.
It can like learn how to walk
Yeah, yeah. It's
around.
like a walking trainer thing. It's like that except for gaming for men
Except
and
for
women.
full-grown adults who have a lot of money to waste on that.
Yeah, it's a really expensive baby trainer.
There's also the ever so cursed vest, which applies force to you when you get hit in games.
Ooh,
Like if you get shot in like the left chest, like it will like do a little shock to you or something.
I think that is so sick.
That's like on the one hand so sick, but on the other hand, I don't want to get tased if I decide I want to play Call of Duty.
Dude, I want everything. I want full depth. I want it to control my nerves to the point where, like, if I'm being shot at, my adrenaline is pumping. I want that, dude.
It's
It's gonna be a
definitely
while, but
an interesting technology.
yeah, it'll come out when I'm 70 and I'll have heart problems, so I can't even do it anyways. But at least my kids will.
Yeah, if you ever find someone that would want to have kids with you.
Wow, thank you.
Don't worry, I'm not any better.
Yeah. Anyways, uh, definitely not avoiding that topic at all.
Uh,
Halo Infinite.
Now,
Halo.
I didn't play Halo much as a kid, or actually at all. I've never launched Halo, so you're gonna have to spot my knowledge on this one.
All right, I'm dropping this here. Halo is the best video game I've ever played. Halo, okay, maybe not best. It is my favorite. Halo is my child. Halo is everything. However, Halo Infinite the last year when they released that trailer was looking pretty sad. Uh, there was a huge backlash with it. People are like, "You guys spent how many years on this game, and it still looks like this piece of shit?" And who is it? 343 still developing it?
I believe so, but do not quote me on that.
Uh,
I just hear their name mentioned when it comes to Halo.
Anyways, 343 Industries, if they are still producing it, and it's not someone else, I can't remember off the top of my head. I can't find it. Anyways, they took some time, they reworked it, and I'm hyped. I'm pretty hyped for it. Halo Infinite it's looking pretty cool.
It's looking, one could even say kind of pog.
Kind of poggers, especially after how atrocious Halo 5 and I mean
Was
Halo
that the one with like
Halo 4.
sprinting and stuff that people didn't like?
Yeah, but see that's not the problem. It's not
I just know that people didn't like that you could sprint.
Yeah, I mean it's cuz the whole like you know, gatekeeping about Halo 3 and whatever, Halo 2, those were like the best and they didn't have sprinting, so why would you put in sprinting? You got to move with the times, guys. Come on. Like I wasn't a fan of sprinting at first cuz I was like, that's not Halo. But like there's so much more you can do with Halo if you added sprinting. I I don't
Yeah,
have
I
a
never got what the issue with sprinting was, 'cause like
It's
it
because it's not Halo. Halo was known for being like heavy Spartans. You don't run around. You walk everywhere. But like that just limits your options for gameplay. If you add in sprinting, I it just gives you more opportunities, better,
more versatility and stuff.
yeah, better gameplay. Um okay, it is developed by 343 Industries. So, Halo Infinite, I'm pretty excited for it. They um they have shown some Halo 3 covers in Halo Infinite art style too. Some people on Twitter, I think it was, and a lot of people are really trying to get 343 to make a Halo 3 remastered, which that
Mhm.
would be the pinnacle of gaming. Just saying right now, that would be absolutely massive. Because for those of you that don't know, esports was built around CS:GO and Halo. A little bit of Call of Duty, but not much. Some other like RTSs too, but um, we don't. I don't know about those. Anyway, but
Mhm.
Halo was like the center of gaming in the early 2000s. You had the MLG, Major League Gaming, before esports was really a thing and popping off, and it's crazy to think how far this
Industry.
series has come. Yeah. So I'm hyped. I hope that all the changes they made were for the better, and graphic wise, I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, it sounds like it's all looking good for it.
Yeah. It's I mean, I may be looking through rose tinted glasses as well. I love Halo. Halo was the first like real game I got into. I got that Xbox 360. Halo
Red Ring of
CE,
Death.
Combat Evolved. There's just something about Halo, man, that just it really resonates. Except for Halo 5 and a little bit of Halo 4. We don't really talk about those much, but although I will say Halo 5's, I think it was Warzone. That was super cool. That was like the big battles fields. They kind of did a similar thing to like how Battlefield does it, where you have
Oh,
big 50v50s, or I don't know, it's probably not that. It was like 20v20s.
it felt big. It was
It was
big
it
for
was
the
a
game.
big map. It was like one of the few game modes where you could upgrade weapons. You could buy vehicles into the game or into the match. You could collect vehicles. You could drive them around. Yeah, like it was actually a war zone, and I loved it. There were some things I didn't like about it, like the whole loot box things, but that was at that that whole time of the century when people were like, loot boxes, let's scam people for money and put uh
The best stuff behind it.
yeah, goods like actual, not just cosmetics, but like weaponry behind loot boxes, and it's like,
I've always liked how CS:GO did it.
yeah, CS:GO does it better than anyone, I think. But I don't know. I'm just hoping that Halo Infinite does not just die instantly like Halo 5 did. Um, there's not much. I don't think this series can last much longer. This could be the final Halo, but we'll have to see.
Maybe before like a soft reboot
Yeah, I mean, there's so much lore to Halo that they could take spin-off games
for years.
for so many characters, and actually that would be something that I would like to see them do is make some spin-off
A
games.
non-Master Chief based
Yeah,
game.
well, that's where Halo Reach was so different. Is Halo Reach was based on the Nobles, which was all before Master Chief and the Spartans were a thing. It was like the origin story of the Spartans, um, which is super sick. And I wish they would do more of that, but they're really stubborn about putting Master Chief in literally everything. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong,
I get it
love
because
it,
he's
Master
kind of
Chief.
like he's like the flagship person. He's like the one you recognize if you
I
don't
know,
know much about the lore.
but like at some point, you got to start making some changes, and he
I
can't be
agree
there for
entirely.
everything. He can't be there for everything.
You can
But
only have so much Master Chief.
yeah, I'm hoping they kind of almost end the series with something great. Maybe Halo Infinite, but just give closure. But then you can kind of just work off to the side, do some other side projects. Um,
You know, maybe try someone else. Like I almost said Shepard. I think that's the dude from not Halo, the Mass Effect.
oh, I've never played Mass Effect, so I wouldn't know.
What's the dude who yells a lot? The not a Spartan dude that yells a lot.
Oh,
That's
the sergeant.
yeah, Sergeant. Have like a spin-off game about him or something.
Yeah, Sergeant Johnson. That's his name. That would
All I
be
know is he yells a lot.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of like what Halo ODST was. I'll be honest, that's one game I never actually finished. I played like the first two missions. Um, I should really go back and play that now that I think about it. But doing more stuff like that, they had a Halo Wars. It was yeah, Halo Wars. Yeah, Halo Wars was super. It was the RTS Halo game. They made a Halo Wars 2. Um, but just more Halo, please. But make it good. Please make it good. Anyways, I'll step off my soapbox. That was my Halo rant.
So I think we can all guess where Kyle's money is going to be going
Oh
this
yeah.
this coming year. He's going to get a Master Chief body pillow.
Oh god. Dude, okay. On eBay, actually just in general, they sell Master Chief motorcycle helmets. Those things are so sick, but they're so expensive. I also don't have a
Completely
motorcycle, so I have no use for
unrelated,
it. But
but when I was working over the summer, there was a dude who would come in every Saturday with an Elmo motorcycle helmet.
it's pretty
Never would
rad.
take it off. He wore leather jacket, uh, pajama pants,
Oh my
and
god.
an Elmo motorcycle helmet. We never saw his face, not once. And every Saturday he would come in and like buy like a bag of screws, same screws every weekend, and we never knew why.
Interesting.
That was just something that happened, and I don't know why, but the Master Chief helmet reminded me of that.
Well, on that lovely story, I think we can wrap up this episode, hitting about our time goal here. So yeah, let us
Uh,
know again if you guys like the double upload the Monday Friday schedule, doing about half an hour up to about 40 minutes maybe. I mean, this one's gonna be a little longer than the last one, but you know,
Please let us know what you think about kind of the shorter format.
yeah, send
We're
in
kind of trying things out.
if you have any topics you want us to cover or talk about. Uh,
We have a
Send them.
Twitter now.
Yes, we do have a Twitter. I will put that
We'll link
in
that
the
in the
description.
description.
So that is all we have for you folks. Hopefully you come back next week, or actually it's not going to be next week. It's going to be
Next
the
Monday, I
next
guess.
Monday because I think this one's going to go up on Friday.
That
Alrighty.
sounds right.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.